Japón va a desaparecer. Quédate en este video para que descubras un poco de la percepción acerca de tener hijos en Japón, junto con mi esposo y al mismo tiempo reaccionando a un video que nos da mucha información. Antes de comenzar, quiero recordarte que no olvides suscribirte y que si estés de tu agrado dejes un like. Asimismo, activa la campanita para que no te pierdas ninguno de nuestros próximos videos. Konnichiwa, Misaki desu.
Konnichiwa, Neko Sensei desu.
El día de hoy les traigo un video con un tema que yo sé que ustedes me lo han pedido en cierto punto. Nuevos usuarios que lleguen al canal también pueden estar pensando en aquello. ¿Cómo es si los japoneses quieren tener hijos o la percepción frente a esto, el problema? Con mi esposo, que es japonés, vamos a hablar porque él está, mejor dicho, él nació en esta sociedad y tiene amigos de esa sociedad. Y al mismo tiempo vamos a reaccionar a un video porque así podemos contrastar las opiniones de japoneses jóvenes. Así que sin darle más largas a esto, comencemos. El video es de Asian Boss. Es un canal muy bueno. Acá este video tiene todos los subtítulos, encuentran el link y vamos a reaccionar a esas partes que definitivamente son importantes.
対面から少々変な質問かもしれませんが、お子様はいらっしゃいますか？
いません。いないです。
2人います。
長女も2人、息子も2人。
Okay, this part, I mean, it's always because if they are asking to young people, we can expect that maybe they don't have children. And this Naka Owasan, she has, well, I mean, we can read 2 girls and 2 boys. Yeah, that may be pretty normal. But for example, in your family, your Oji-san or Owa-san, I mean, aunt and uncle, do they have children? Or do you have someone in your family that can be around this age, maybe 50s, that didn't have children?
Yeah, only one. My aunt doesn't have any child.
And I mean, she's not going to have, no?
She didn't get married yet.
But you have 2 older brothers. I mean, he has a little sister and he also has a little brother. So his family is actually numerous.
でなんか政府のデータによると2021年の日本の出生率が100年間の間でなんか最も低かったっていう。そうです。そういう結果が出ました。ご存知でしたか？
いや、今初めて知りました。
What about you? Did you know that Japan has a really low birth rate and it's kind of like concerning?
Yeah, I knew that. But before coming here, I didn't have like a mind that's concerning about it. But now I realize that Japan is facing a big problem.
Because I made one video about news. I know I have my news segment in this channel. Here is the video. I was basically speaking about how Japanese women want to have 1.80 kids, which of course is impossible. You cannot have 1.8, but less than 2. The kind of like fertility rate of one country has to be 2.1. So having 2 children or maybe more.
で日本の出生率がなぜこんなに速いスピードで低くなっているのでしょうか？
まあ女性の社会への進出っていうのが増えていく中で結婚する年齢が上がってきたりとかそういったことが原因かなって思います。
You need to understand that why Japan has less babies because Japan is already developed.
That's a problem of developed countries.
Right.
This is actually, I think, a situation that is, of course, going around. And what she said about women entering into the workforce is true. But when it comes to your friends, to your lady friends, I mean, you don't have that much, but the people that graduated with you from high school, you may remember them and you have them on Instagram. What about them? The majority of those lady friends are working or they are already with babies?
It depends. So my friends, when I was in high school, are working without any children, without getting married. But the elementary school and the junior high school, so there are many people who have already children and they go married.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that because sometimes I guess people are going to be expecting that nobody gets married, but there is a percentage of those people that you know that actually got married and they may have a kid. And the other thing that she's mentioning is that people are having children later, and I think that's true. If they have a child, it's going to be like around 35 or 34, no? Yeah.
物価、消費税とかが上がってるんですけど、収入とかは増えてはない。その経済的に多分10年前、20年前から比べると収入はそんなに増えてる方じゃないと思うんで、経済的に子供を育てられる経済力が 伴ってないのかなって思います。
And what do you think about this situation about the taxes? How do you feel about that?
That's usual, right? Because we have more older people than younger people, so we have to support them.
The pension system
and health insurance also.
In your basically group of friends, how many of them? Just give me an estimation. How many of them are married? Of those of high school, I don't know. Like
in high school, I think 0.01%.
Wow! Because in Japan, those high school, like you have how many kids per classroom?
Per school?
40.
30.
No, per classroom. 30? 40.
30, 40, yeah.
And you have four like A, B, C, and D, no?
The number of people in one grade is
100.
400.
400? In high school? 中学. You were mentioning that...
yeah, I was in countryside, so...
2%?
Two classrooms.
No, but how many of them are married? I mean, just give me an estimation. I mean, this question is actually really difficult, no?
5 or 2.
子供欲しいと思いますか？
まあいつかは。
なぜですか？
やっぱり子供可愛いから。
徐々に減ってるのかなっていう気はしてますね。ほとんどは欲しいって言ってますけど、でも中にはやっぱりいらないって言ってる友達も何人かいるので、そういう人が徐々に増えてるのかなっていうは思います。
Most of people, right?
Most of people want to have children?
I think so. In the future, I think most of people want to have a children.
Not necessarily.
Because people who don't say anything about I want to have a children or I don't want to have.
こういう日本の出生率が下がっていることが欧米のメディアでも取り上げられていて、結構話題にもなってて、なんかテスラのイーロン・マスクっていう人がいるんですけど、そういう人が日本はもうすぐ消滅するみたいな話をしたんですね。それ聞いてどう思いますか？
どう思いますか？
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, kind of like, of course, the country is not going to disappear.
No.
But the society, and one of them mentioned this, the society and the culture, as we know of Japanese, maybe is getting off. But if nowadays you have like half Japanese and other things, they're going to bring new things, which actually is good. But the integrity of Japanese is going to be, kind of like decreasing.
外国人を受け入れることによって、この働く人口に対する問題が解決されますか？
そうですね。それはされると思います。やっぱり母数が増えたら、ね、生まれる子供も増えると思うので。
日本で生きていくって結構特に言語的な壁、文化的な壁あるので、結構大きなハードルだと思うんですね。なのでそういったその文化だったり言語の壁を乗り越えられるようなサポートを日本の政府がもっとやっていくことで受け入れていくってことが必要なのかなというふうに思います。
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Because America has been developing a lot because of immigrants. I think Japan also need to do the same thing.
Someone was saying here that, for example, being like New York, but New York has some bad things, no? But at least respecting each other culture. I mean, we're not going to attack people of the culture. But there is something that he said, language. Yeah, the situation is there. The situation is there. Here we show you the perspective of these guys. But also you can see that even in the side of Masahiro, there are people having babies. And he has the idea that a lot of them want to have, but not now, no? As you mentioned, no? I have a friend that got pregnant before graduating of the university in Japan. So she graduated and then she got married like the next week because she was pregnant. Por favor, escriban abajo sus comentarios frente a esta situación. ¿Ustedes quieren tener hijos o no? Y al mismo tiempo, entonces, ¿qué piensan de la multiculturalidad que puede llegar a Japón? Escriban abajo todos sus comentarios. Me interesa hablar de este tema también. No lo he tocado, digamos, por mis preferencias y también condiciones, pero definitivamente es de debate y pues me gustaría muchísimo en un futuro hablar con alguna persona de ustedes que tenga algún hijo en Japón para discutir qué problemáticas ha enfrentado, cómo ha manejado el tema de la salud, de la educación. Ya saben, compartan este video con sus amigos y que tengan un bonito día. ¡Matane!
Bye bye.